welcome back to Real World Reviews. This is Cody Williams, and we are talking about the movie Due Date. From the director of such films as the Hangover movies, Todd Phillips gives us a comedy flick that is garnished with plenty of laughs throughout. This is no doubt a movie where it doesn't require any ounce of mental fortitude to enjoy it to the fullest degree. That's what's so great about this movie. It's simple and gets right to the point. The movie story follows Peter Hyman, who is en route on a flight from Atlanta to LA to be on time for the birth of his child. He then stumbles into a stranger, Ethan, who aspires to be a Hollywood actor. Between the two of them, they unknowingly get their baggage switched. After they both cause a ruckus during the flight, Peter gets put on the no-fly list and loses his luggage along with his wallet. Desperate to get to the birth of his child, Peter is then compelled to hitch a cross-country ride with Ethan, which may wind up being the most terrifying misadventure of his life. Compared to Todd Phillips' previous works, this is not one of his best. It's a good movie, I'll give him that, but could have been better. This movie heavily relies on quantity over quality when it comes to the laughs in general. It's funny, but not to the point where you laugh till you cry. What makes this movie great is the chemistry from our two leads, Robert Downey Jr. and Zach Galifianakis. Robert Downey Jr. plays the uptight, arrogant character Peter, while Zach Galifianakis plays the dim-witted and yet down-to-earth character of Ethan. Between the two of them, we get great situational humor with their escapades along the journey. They both make a great unlikely alliance, but it seems like the movie is playing off a common trope of characters who are completely polar opposites of the spectrum. I can't tell you how many movies have done this in the past. The humor is great and all, but at some point we have to come to the realization where we all have to ask ourselves the most prominent question of all. Did it really have to get perversely outlandish as it did? Then again, we do have to remind ourselves this is made by the same guy who did all three of the Hangover movies and other raunchy comedy flicks such as Road Trip and Old School. Actors aside, I really hated the two main leading characters. Robert Downey Jr.'s character is so mean-spirited and borderline psychotic. Zach Galifianakis' character is so naive, it's ridiculous. It was really hard to have any sense of attachment for both of their characters, whereas I simply just did not care. Overall, Due Date is a funny movie to an extent, but it's by far not one of the most gut-wrenching, hilarious movies I've ever seen. I'll reserve my judgment to call this movie for what it really is, which is an alright comedy at best. It may not be perfect by anyone's standards, however, this movie is pure enriching fun. I give this movie a B-. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Keep up with my real reviews.